Hi, my name is Joshua Korn, and this is just going to be a brief overview of the research that I was working on this summer and will be continuing to work on for the Carnegie Mellon University's Human-Computer Interaction Institute. The lab I'm working in with Professors Laura Dabish and Jason Hong is the Social Computing Lab, and the specific project that I'm working on is the Social Cybersecurity project. So what I made in particular was a quiz for this project, where basically users can test their knowledge, get feedback along the way, and we track some things with that. So going into this, so I guess we'll start off. So the front end, I use a Materialize CSS framework. For the back end, I use a Python framework called Flask. I use MySQL for the database. I use some jQuery, and that's primarily it. So nothing too complicated. But Flask is actually like really, really awesome, and it's a lot of fun to use. So going into this, so this is the index page. How much do you really know about cybersecurity? So all these fields are optional, but you have to enter at least your email to be eligible for a second round quiz as well as a prize. So if you just try to continue and skip this page, it prompts you to agree to the terms to continue. So if you read this, it pops this up here. So if you try to put in gibberish for your email and you agree to the terms, it won't let you proceed. It'll say invalid email address, but you can also proceed anonymously. So going into here, so this is the first question. Questions are related to different topics. And basically how this works is you have the question. If you try to go without answering it, you have to select an answer. Your score increases by 1 if you get it wrong, just for trying, and by 4 if you get the answer correct. I use some session stuff here, so if you try to go to index page or you try to go to a different question, it'll just redirect you back to this question because we don't want you cheating or changing your answer or anything like that. Cool, so we'll go through this. So first of all, let's answer this correctly. So if you answer something correctly, it'll say you chose the best answer in green. And then for a lot of these questions, there are going to be, particularly the first 10, there are going to be these extra info cards. So to say learn more about this topic, your score increases by 1 for each card you view, and they're just going to have some relevant information. This isn't fully populated yet, but so for instance, this was related to the I love you virus. So there's just a little blur basically telling you how ladder file extensions used to be hid in Windows. So your score increases by 1 for each card you view, but if you just keep clicking it, it's not going to infinitely increase, so it's capped at 1 per card, and I track that just using some jQuery and Ajax. So going on, so you can see I clicked 2 of them, so I got now I'm at 6 points. So this is a scenario question. We can answer this incorrectly, and then it'll say in red, you didn't choose the best answer. If you didn't choose the best answer, it'll tell you what the actual the right answer was. And then some of the questions will have a little explanation afterwards. Once again, go into these cards here. If we don't click any, the score won't change. So we'll just go through this really quick. Nothing too special here, so it basically follows this format. So some of the questions will have pictures associated with them, and then you'll have to see, like, if this prompt pops up, what would you do? Or in this case, what is the best indicator this is actually a fake Flash update, right? And if you click on the picture, it'll zoom it out to full resolution. In this case, it's actually this answer here, description, and then it'll say you choose the best answer, etc. So scrolling through here, so let's see. So the first 10 questions have feedback, and I'll show you in a couple minutes here the different kinds of feedback that you can receive. And they also all have these info cards. But after question 10, it's just kind of like questions relating back to the first 10, and then just seeing how you would answer them, and it's just right or wrong. That's basically it. So going towards the end here. So this is another image question as well as the last one. Cool. So then this is our final page here. So it says, thanks, participation is greatly appreciated. So it gives you a rank. The rank is based on how many questions you answered correctly. So there are 4 ranks: there's beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. So I got intermediate, and then there's a little quote here. So your knowledge is admirable, but there's still a lot more for you to learn. It gives you your final score, which is based on the answers, the questions that you answer, as well as the links that you click. So the more links you click, the more things you view, the higher your score will be. And then it gives you a breakdown of each question. So it's question 1 was about viruses, and you got it correct. Question 3 was about viruses, you got it correct. This is about malware, I got it correct. So if I was actually legitimately answering these, I might be pretty set on viruses and malware, but it might like tell me, all right, I have to kind of review what's happening with HTTPS, right? I don't really know. Or I might have to review my password security kind of deal. So it just gives you this breakdown here. And then I integrated this with the Facebook API, so I can share this on Facebook. It'll pop up this little dialog here that will allow you to post this to your wall. So it'll be the website, which is cyberquiz.org. Are you a cybersecurity expert? It'll say what your rank was, as well as your score. And then you can post your own message to share it with friends, and then they can take this quiz and see how they did compare to you. So pretty cool. That's basically it. And then there's just a little link to email if you have any questions. So yeah. So there are a lot of things that you don't see when you're taking this quiz. So I'll just briefly kind of go over. So each time you click on one of the little cards, we're actually tracking those clicks to basically get an idea of how long users spend on each page. So I just do that once again with an AJAX, pretty simple jQuery and AJAX. And we also track like every time you go to a new page, right? So because I'm logged as the same user in the session, I'm just going to restart this here. So going back to the main page. So then there are also different feedback conditions. So over there we had no feedback. So each question, it said the answers and stuff, but that was it. So I'll just go to the actual code here really quick and just change this to something like this. So there are a few feedback conditions that are distributed when you first enter, and they stick with you throughout the quiz. Sorry, I have to restart this here. Cool. So in this case, let's answer this. And now we see that there's something else here. So before we just saw answer or right or wrong, and then sometimes the explanation. But now we also have this. So this is talking about the last person that took this quiz. So it says the last person got it wrong too. And how this is worded depends on how you answered it. So I got it wrong, and apparently the last person also got it wrong. So where's it like got it wrong too? But if we go here, let's see. I'll answer this correctly. And it says last person to answer this question got it wrong, but you didn't. So different feedback, and in a nutshell, we're going to be monitoring how, with the same questions, how receiving different feedback kind of affects users' responses, but also, in particular, how they're motivated to check out these extra links, essentially, which is where we're keeping track of the clicks and all that kind of ties in. So this is a really cool project. I've loved working on this. It was, except for my personal website, it was really my first foray into web development, and I've learned a ton. And I'm excited to continue working on this for next semester and possibly after that. But yeah, so that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or how I did something or any comments, just feel free to comment on here or email me, let me know. But besides that, I'm done for now. So thank you very much for watching.